Welcome to GC Cars, my name is Eric.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is one of the fastest wagons around. Probably one of the coolest, maybe the coolest Volvo in existence. The V60 Recharge. That's 455 horsepower, inline four with 2 electric motors. And yeah, I'm gonna evaluate today. This is a good car, we'll find out. It's known for the exterior, interior, and I'm gonna drive it. Exterior, colored in Thunder Gray.
Thunder Gray with Thor's hammer, it kind of goes hand in hand, right?
Right, yeah, and I'm sure with Thunder Gray and Thor's hammer. I feel like Odin's angry at us with all the weather. But man,
this works.
Ah, it's sharp, eh?
Works.
It is sharp, except for a slightly crooked Polestar Engineered badge. But other than that, I think this car is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Actually, I prefer the white. My neighbor of mine has it in white, which is absolutely beautiful. But like, listen, I got a thing for wagons, and this is beautiful. We got the golden yellowish Polestar Engineered Brembo brakes.
Which I actually like.
For once, you like the...
I like yellow in this case.
Right? It looks great. Like, I mean, the proportions, the sharp. It's a gorgeous car. I absolutely love how this looks.
But from here on, backwards, it's like, it's kind of uninspired. It's classic Volvo.
Yeah.
But it kind of hasn't changed, and it's a stark contrast from the front end, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think, in general, this looks good, but...
Could it look better?
Because it looks the same on all Volvos. It's a little like... The front end is slightly sharper than this.
Front end screams like I'm pretty sporty. This
Yeah.
screams like a little bit soccer mom a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Overall, though, I still think this is gorgeous. Best looking
Yes.
Volvo? Best looking Volvo?
Yes, agreed.
Okay, is it the best looking Volvo on the inside, though? Find out. All right, inside the V60 Recharge, and this looks oddly familiar.
My eyes, they must be out of black.
Starting off with the bad. You know how a wagon's supposed to be practical? They kind of forgot about that.
Kinda?
There's like nowhere to put anything. So if you see like the B-roll and you notice, oh, there's a lot of like trash lying around, we have nowhere to put anything. Our center console is enough for
A pack of gum?
a pack of gum, 2 furries, a parking permit, and a piece of cloth.
And a few the tears that you shed for realizing that you made a mistake by no kidding.
Yeah. Apparently this is not deep because in Europe that is a wireless charger, but we don't get it over here. So we neither have space.
A
Nor
wireless charger, but you can barely fit a phone in here.
Yeah, like your 15 Pro Max doesn't really fit. My S21 Plus doesn't really fit. So my phone always has to live inside the cup holders, and my wallet has to live inside here. But of course, as soon as you use the cup holders, you have to like, guys, this is a wagon. Isn't this supposed to be practical?
If I was a dog, my tail wouldn't be wagging.
Wow, Jesus Christ. I'm going to leave that in for shame. But let's talk some of the positives here for a second. It looks pretty nice.
Clean in here. A little bit too muted, but this kind of breaks it up. I don't know why I like these, but I actually like these.
Our golden yellow Polestar Engineered
Oh, I
accents.
see some dirt on that.
Oh, shit.
But I do like that this kind of breaks it up. It's
It
very
does.
muted in here.
Yeah, otherwise it's kind of like, you could make this video black and white, nobody would realize.
I mean, the seats do have a little bit of that gray, I think it's cloth.
Yeah, and a Sweden flag.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. That's,
It's like the Scandinavian minimalism, right? Just like with the Practicality, as minimal as possible. We kept it visually minimal.
it's comfortable.
Comfortable, the touch points are mostly nice. I wish for the price that we had a little less of this soft touch plastic, a little bit more leather. But hey, that's the way it is. Seats are comfortable, heated, very adjustable.
Not ventilated.
Not
Which
ventilated.
they should be at this price range.
They should be at this price range. And in terms of like the infotainment and all that, this is, as we know it from literally every other Volvo, it is...
It's due for an update. This is fine.
Yeah.
For me, this is due for an update. It's a little bit small.
You know what? I don't mind it too much. It's Android Automotive based. They fixed the issues from a few years ago.
Is it Android Automotive based?
It is Android Automotive.
But it doesn't have Android Auto.
But it doesn't have Android Auto. It only has Apple CarPlay. So you got to log in if you loan the car to your friend and they want to log in. Well, no, it's not going to happen.
Or just buy an Apple.
Or they have to have Apple because why would Android Automotive support Android Auto, right? I still have a lot of issues with the setup here because Volvo goes for safety and then decides to put everything inside the screen. So if you're driving on the highway, you might not be able to go faster than 180 kilometers an hour, but you want to change your climate, well, go through this. You want to adjust the brightness of the screens in front of you, well, you got to go through the settings, into the controls, scroll all the way down, and then go into your brightness. You might be able to ask Google, but if you want to fine tune, like,
Because why do you need your eyes on the road, right?
yeah, why do you need your eyes? I mean, you got your Volvo Pilot Assist and all, the car can drive for yourself. It's like, guys, I think it's safer for me to go 220 and have all the physical controls than to go 180 and have to go through this stupid screen every time. It's fast, but like, just guys, we're having like it's a wagon that's impractical, and you go all for safety and then put everything on the screen. Like, what do you want to be, Volvo? Decide and then commit.
But hey, we have a heads-up display.
We have a head-up display, which is really nice. Our gauge cluster works well, even though it isn't super customizable. Of course, Google Maps, which I very much like. The Bowers and Wilkins is really good. It's a nice screen. I love these here. This is cool.
Nice screen? You mean a nice sound system?
Sorry, a nice sound system. A big sunroof.
I know.
And back seats for 2, not for 3.
Yeah, that transmission tunnel is massive. I mean, it's massive.
It is massive. The outside passenger seats are comfy, heated on both sides.
Cup holder, 2 USB-Cs.
Yeah, like there won't be anyone able to sit in the middle. Like, it's just not 3 adults at least. Like, if you have kids, okay, maybe, but like, it's not gonna be super duper comfortable. 2 USB-Cs in the back, and then of course, because this is a wagon, all the way in the back we have 16.6 cubic feet of space, which actually is a little less than I would have guessed.
It's not very deep.
Yeah, it's like the height isn't really. It's like you can, it's long. It's not high, but if you put down the second row seats, you get just over 50 cubic feet of space, which of course is quite nice. So maybe you can store your phone and your wallet back there.
Good one.
Volvo will let us know. Anyhow, we got 455 horsepower. Should we hit the road?
Let's hit the road.
Let's go. All right, out in the Volvo V60 Recharge. Let me go into our drive mode, settings menu, driving.
Oh man.
Polestar. Go back out of it.
Ooh, we can hear it.
Engine turns on. Our electric motors are primed. We'll see. Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's going pretty well. Yeah, it goes pretty well.
That was quite instant. Yep.
Ooh, okay, let's get out of this. Settings menu.
That was enjoyable.
Driving. Hybrid. Back out of it.
No, that's just annoying.
It's safe, man. It's way safe. Hey Google, change drive mode to Polestar.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
I figured maybe you could know.
No.
Anyhow, we have a 2-liter turbo inline 4 and 2 electric motors that produce a total of 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque sent to all 4 wheels.
4.1 seconds, 0 to 60, which is pretty awesome. It sounds pretty good too.
Yeah, it sounds decent. And you just felt what I mentioned.
Yeah.
So if you're just in the normal driving mode, it's quite funny because
It's like 3-stage.
yeah, it's like a 3-stage boost because first of all you're only in like electric, so you got the electric motors giving you power, then the engine kicks in, and then the turbo spools up. So he's like whoop whoop whoop. It's kind of funny, but yeah, it's got plenty of power.
Pretty exciting.
It's got plenty of power. There's not much negative you can say about that, and we get, because we have a 14.7 kilowatt hour battery, up to 65 kilometers of range is what I saw.
I mean, we're on 6.9 per 100 right now with idling.
Yeah, that's a lot of idling. I haven't charged it in like 200 kilometers, so that's a lot of just charging with the battery. And we even have a like 1-pedal driving, so if I go in here, you see it'll automatically brake us down, slow us down.
It's good for Toronto traffic.
Good for Toronto traffic. I just don't like 1-pedal driving. I prefer the regular driving mode. And because it's electric, it can drive fully electrically. It is very, very smooth. If you rely on the engine, the internal combustion engine while driving, it gets a little more rougher. Like if I were to put it into settings, driving, hold mode, and the engine jumps in, it's a little rougher. But honestly, I like this drivetrain.
Does it handle well?
Well, we'll find out. We headed back into Polestar. It is raining. It is. We're gonna go a little easy here today.
That's what he says every time.
I say that every time, and then I send it. No, but I mean it today. I mean it today.
Powered you right out.
Powered me right out. That rear end torque is there. I like how Volvo sets up their hybrids. There's that. It powers you out very nicely. Honestly, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to drive. It's fun. Like the steering isn't super communicative, but it is quite fun to drive. I like this very much. Do you want to step behind the wheel though?
I very much do.
First time driving it for you.
Yeah, first time behind the wheel.
And so how do you like it? What's your verdict?
It is overpriced. No, I'm kidding.
Are you though? Let's talk a bit about daily driving while you get accustomed to the car. Suspension, yeah, go for it.
Adjustable.
adjust. Yeah, so the suspension, so not electronically adjustable like in some other cars, but literally physically. The Öhlins dampers, if you go on, if you open the hood, you can actually like adjust the suspension like physically with your tools.
Don't know how many people are actually going to do that.
I don't know, but listen, I'm always down for options, which is kind of cool. We have Brembo brakes, which is pretty good, and they work pretty well. I like it, and of course, you always got it with hybrids. What Mercedes is notoriously bad at is that transition from regenerative motor braking to physical brakes, and we're going to feel it out here how that works. And I think it's a fairly progressive braking.
Oh, those are great.
Right?
Those are great.
Unlike Mercedes, where the pedals
those
get
are
like very long.
That was pleasant. Let's see if this is pleasant. Oh, we're
electric
in the
motor, engine, turbo.
I mean, yeah, this thing has get up and go.
It does go pretty well. It's a sleeper too.
It's no RS6 Avant, obviously, but
no, it's not. But still, like, it's fun.
It's nice.
It's fun. The suspension itself rides pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's on the firm side.
It's a little on the firm side, yeah. But overall, I think I never was like uncomfortable even in the city. You feel like a lot of things.
It'd be interesting actually to experiment with the adjustability, see if you could change that. But
yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah.
And then noise-wise, I think it's pretty good. Like today is once again like a bit of a mixed day. Like it gets suddenly very windy, and right now it's
weird
on the quieter side. But it is, even throughout my week with this V60, I found it to be quiet, comfortable. There's a lot of good in terms of like driving it on the daily.
Mm-hmm. And driving tech?
Driving tech is really good. So of course, blind spot monitoring, emergency braking, all that. What's standout here is the Volvo Pilot Assist. So they're lane centering and adaptive cruise control. It is coupled, unfortunately.
Everyone's doing that.
Yeah, right. I love it when they're not coupled and you can just put the lane centering on. But it works really well. The detection for your steering, like if your hand's on the steering wheel, works pretty well. You don't need to do the wiggle or anything. So that is good. And it is fairly smart in terms of its hybrid tech. So if you set Google Maps up and, for example, your destination, you have 40 kilometers of range in your battery, but you're going to drive 50 kilometers on the highway followed by 10 kilometers in the city, it'll save some battery for the city part because it knows, oh, you're going to drive slower.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
And that's pretty cool. So that's a very nice advantage of having Google Maps integrated, and it is well integrated. And 65 kilometers, honestly, is no slouch.
No, that's above average.
That's above average. For me personally, it gets me to my job site and back, to the office and back, so I could commute all day. I can't charge at home because I'm a poor person. I don't have my own $1 million property in Toronto. I live in an apartment, but I can charge at work, which is kind of nice. And yeah, it's a very pleasant car to drive. It's not bad. This is in the stiff.
A little bit of a delay, but.
Yeah, you can adjust the steering. I have it in firm right now. I'm in settings, driving.
That's I couldn't live with that.
Right, and now I can give you the steering wheel's less firm now. It's a little more floaty now, as you might be able to notice.
Yeah.
And now I can firm it up again. I prefer the firm. It's just a little bit sharper, more direct, it feels like. But I think that leads us at the verdict and conclusion. Pricing.
Woo.
Aspect. This Volvo V60 Recharge clocks in at $81,759 Canadian.
Oh boy.
That's a lot of money. So yes, as with every video these days, we are almost every video, we're like, oh, this is a lot of money. Cars have gotten really expensive.
We still haven't adjusted to inflation, I guess.
No, but even within the Volvo lineup, it's pretty good for a two-bagger.
I mean, the price inflates. Why can't the storage space inflate as well?
Yeah, right. Hello. Like you can get a V90, which is the bigger one. Admittedly, not a plug-in hybrid, but for pretty much the same price. The bigger, more luxurious V90. More space.
But again, not being a plug-in hybrid might be a deal breaker.
Yeah. So it's a very weird segment. There aren't many plug-in hybrid wagons, luxury wagons out there. There are non-wagon plug-in hybrids, like you can get the 3 Series as a plug-in hybrid, which has a little less range, but it also costs less.
Right.
You can get the C-Class is not available as a plug-in hybrid right now. But like, okay, for me, I like this car.
I do
generally, but there's just some really weird design choices and oversights, like the lack of storage or the complete inability to give me physical buttons or give me Android Auto. It's like, this you say A and then you do B Volvo, and I
Yeah.
don't understand that. And then some of the materials for $80,000, I'm like,
No ventilated seats,
yeah,
little stuff. It's just like the combination, right? The price, lack of storage, the bad UX.
yeah.
There's enough negatives to make me question suggesting this.
Yeah, it's too much for me to be able to just overlook that stuff. 70K, okay. Yeah, you got plenty of power. It's nice driving. It looks good. But for 80,
It's pushing the envelope.
and at that point, how much are you saving with your plug-in hybrid
True.
ability that you like, or you go for a car that's 10K less, and you just have 10K more to spend on fuel? Like,
Yeah.
How much are you driving?
And you're not giving up the storage.
Not giving up the storage. So that would infuriate me every single day. Getting in here and having to store my stuff.
No, it's
in
just
in the door cubbies.
there are coupes, like we said, the Miata had more storage up front.
It's so
come on, man.
ridiculous.
I would like to sit down with like the engineer and the designer and pick his brain on why
Yeah.
this is how it is.
And usually, this little flappy thing, usually it slides back. I don't know if it does it in this. I never had time to figure out because, actually, you know what? Why don't we, settings, driving, slow down
Oh,
for
you
a bit.
want to see if it
Polestar,
slides down?
if it slides back. We just never figured out because we always use it for
So
storage.
when we do a brakes work it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
No one behind us.
Let's see if it does it open up.
Ready?
Hey, it stays closed. Look at
Ooh, we
that.
lost traction there.
Good on you, Volvo. You fixed that at least.
I mean, there's one plus.
But yeah, so and there's
really good effort. There's just a lot of compromises that kind of sour the experience.
They get like 90% of the way, and then they just fumble the last 10%.
But the 10% were really important.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like, eh. Like if you're looking for a plug-in hybrid wagon, I mean, this is the one.
This is the only
This is the
option.
one. Have fun, enjoy. But otherwise, I think there might be more sensible choices, especially in terms of practicality.
I would agree.
Yeah. But give us more 455 horsepower cars,
Yeah,
like
for
Volvo.
sure.
Like just keep the drivetrain up. That's cool.
Yep, 100%.
Thank you for watching this video on GC Cars. Pure testosterone! Oh! What the is this piece of shit?
If you guys like the video, don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe. Should I just drive into a tree now, or?
And we'll see you next Friday at 8:15 a.m. Eastern for a whole lot more fun. Bye-bye.